Drake now. I don't know what Drake did to piss everybody and their mother off, but it seems like everyone named Mama want Drake. Everyone wants is like Kendrick took a shot, drew blood, and it's like sharks in the water.
No clearance.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Clearance Podcast. Jay here, and I'm joined. We're back together. The group, the amazing trio, the tremendous trio is back together again. We got K to the Khadijah. You know what I'm saying? We got KC in this place. I was gonna say K to the D to the Khadijah, and we're back. Papa Lindsay. He's making a guest appearance, or is he back for
Big
good?
Papa
We
energy.
don't know. We got a dad in the building. We got a
back,
father.
Man. What's going on? What's going on, man? It's good to be back. Tired, boy. Your boy tired, but I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I feel good, man. I feel good.
I'm happy to hear that. You're a father now and you're just living the Papa dream.
Thriving.
With your dad hat. Thriving. Sounds like you guys got it together. KC, how you doing?
Not at all.
It's like we're praising Tyler. He's like, actually, I'm drowning. But I'm all right. Hey, Tyler, that was a good one.
How you doing, KC? Welcome back.
I'm great. I'm wonderful. I want to take a second to just shout out my people with the autism. You know what I mean? It's their month, autism awareness. So if you have autism or you self-diagnose like myself, it's your month. Enjoy it.
I feel like everybody knows somebody with autism. I got a cousin
with autism. I like this.
Is
I like
is
that
this
phrase.
the one I told you about?
No. Another cousin. Okay. What?
Y'all
it was kind of messed up.
There's definitely one of Jalen's cousins who.
We won't talk about it because he actually listens.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
Y'all ever watch Atypical?
I heard of the show.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite shows, bro. Oh man, I'll be like, autistic people ain't bad, man. I rock with them, man. That show really had me like, they cool. They real cool, straightforward.
You know, this is my thing about people that are autistic. When people try to like come at them, I'm like, they're actually like on a different plane. You know what I mean?
For sure.
They are in 2024. They are in year 4000. Like they are light years ahead of wherever the fuck we are. So,
they just have a different line of thinking that we're like to the norm is different, but to them it's normal. Like my godfather's nephew, he's on the spectrum, and you tell him any date you ask him what year where the Super Bowl was, he'll tell you what team won, what teams played. You just say the year, he'll tell you what teams.
That's awesome.
See what I'm saying?
He don't even watch football.
That's something clutch to have. Oh, see?
He don't even watch football.
That is the cousin you take to trivia. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You just gotta have them in the pocket. Hey, what's the date again? You're always gonna win. You gotta have somebody like that.
Me and Jada was just talking about somebody she knows. You tell them the day of the week. You tell them the date. They know what day of the week it was. Depending, no matter what year.
That's insane.
You be like, what day was August 19th, 1957? They know exactly what day it was.
That's awesome, man.
That's crazy. There's a different level plane of thinking. But before we get started, if you're new here, please subscribe. Hit that like button on YouTube. If you're watching, if you're listening, follow us on Spotify and Apple. Leave a 5-star review, you know. And if you want some exclusive content a little conversation before the convo, you know, subscribe to the Patreon. It's only $5 a month. That's a cup of coffee. That's a cup of coffee. And you could get some exclusive content from the No Clearance Podcast. But let's get back to the show.
Real quick, dog. Shout out to everybody celebrate 420.
Yes.
Hope y'all enjoyed.
Gang.
You know what I'm saying? NBA playoffs, all that stuff was that day. So yeah, shout out to y'all.
A lot was going on 420, by the way.
Playoffs
the NBA playoffs that's good this year. There's some good solid games this year.
I'm so sick of the daggone Sixers, man. I'm so sick of you niggas. You niggas got me messed up, boy. You niggas really got me messed up losing to New York. I'm telling y'all niggas, man. I'm telling y'all losing Philly. You losing Philly. All y'all niggas need to go. Every single one of you niggas need to go.
I mean,
except for Max. Max, he certified in the city.
They filed a grievance. He got his 2 fouls, which I don't know why that matters now, but he got his 2 fouls from the games he played where he got fouled, obviously. Shout out the 76ers. Fuck the 76ers. Celtics all day. Boston stand up. Best team in the NBA.
Nah.
Jason
Nigga, shut
Tatum,
your ass up.
Jaylen Brown.
We do this every year.
Porzingis.
We do this every year. And I'm sick of this shit. Don't act like you ain't no Heat fan. Don't act like you switching sides just because they gonna get their ass beat this year. Just because they gonna get their ass beat by the Heat, you switching sides,
You got a lot
nigga.
of bass.
You switching
sides,
nigga.
Can you let me finish,
nigga, you a
Tyler?
switching sides ass nigga. That's what you
finish?
are, is a switching sides
I just hit the
nigga.
switch.
Because when Miami beat them niggas,
right,
when Miami beat them niggas last year, you was a Heat fan.
I have always been a Celtics fan. I've always been a Heat fan. From the last day I remember.
Tyler, I've switched. It depends. See, that's part of being a Boston fan, though. You don't get it because you're not enthralled in the culture. There's a lot of highs and lows. It's really a toxic relationship.
There's highs and lows as a nigga. There's highs and lows being a Boston fan.
Yeah,
absolutely.
KC,
absolutely.
You want to talk about highs and lows, KC? You want to talk about highs and lows being a fan of Philly? You want to talk about highs and lows? Nigga, our best player was Allen Iverson. Never won a ship. Can't believe this shit. We got Joel Embiid. Nigga supposed to be the MVP. A nigga sits on his knee. This nigga is playing on one leg because some nigga decided to fall on his knee. I can't believe this shit.
I was gonna say, Casey, don't say that.
The Eagles went to 3 straight NFC Championship games and lost.
I was gonna say, Philadelphia.
Boston fans have the most success out of any region in the U.S. It don't even make sense how much these niggas win. The Patriots, the Penguins, the Celtics, the Red Sox.
Who the Penguins?
I can't believe this shit.
I think he meant the Bruins.
Oh, my bad, the Bruins.
Okay.
They got the same colors.
We titled down.
So this is what I'll say. Our ups and downs looks a little different. I will say being a Patriots fan, frustrating. Celtics fan is looking up now. But we have our moments of frustration, though. I'm not going to compare it to yours because it's incomparable.
KC, look.
But it's frustrating.
You gotta understand where I'm coming from with Jalen, right? Because this nigga, ever since I know him, was claiming the Heat. Oh, the way, the Heat. But as soon as Boston win, Boston
Tyler, don't even get me started. I've been through the ringer with the Celtics. Remember we had what's his name? Antoine Walker? The nigga scam people out of houses and shit. I've been through the ringer. Gerald Green blowing cupcakes out on the dunk contest. I've been here with the Celtics.
Talking about
it's hard being a Celtics fan. I had to find another team for some time. But I've been bleeding green for a while.
I'm sorry.
I bleed red and I bleed green.
No,
I have 2 teams. I've consistently said I've had 2
really
teams.
Sick of y'all.
Ever since we started this. I've consistently said I've had 2 teams.
So your team go through a little bit of struggle and you go switch. You hear this, Casey? I just want to make sure I ain't tripping.
My teams, I go through this. I go through traumatic stress every year because my Heat and my Celtics play each other every year. Every year they play each other in the playoffs. Either my Heat win or my Celtics win. It don't matter. It's a win-win for me in this situation.
So I mean. Gotcha.
I had to bow out of for the Heat for a little bit when they had LeBron. I couldn't really claim him because everyone would be like, "Oh, you just like him because LeBron."
Let's hear KC. Let me hear KC, man.
Just saying.
So I'm a teacher at heart, so I'm very literal. you don't bleed two colors. You bleed brown because red and green together make brown. So you
I
bleed
guess so.
brown.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you could say that.
I mean,
Why I get
this is my
technical.
thing though.
Why I
This
introduce
is my
color
thing.
theory into the conversation.
I'm just saying, because you say you bleed red and green. I just bleed green. I'm upset when I bleed green at moments, but I'm steady and true to what I got going on. But like I said, Tyler, being a Boston fan is, you know what? I'll even say this. I'll say it's harder than being a Philly fan. Why? No, hear me out. Hear my theory. If all we do, and this is, I'm not even trying to brag right now. I'm really not trying. I'm trying to come off very humble. If we're so, I'm trying to come off real humble. If you get to a point where you're used to winning, right? And then you get to this period where it's like a glitch, or maybe we're resetting, we're readjusting. That can be infuriating because you're used to, once again, not trying to be braggadocious. You're used to winning. You're used to a certain vibe, right?
We hold
And
ourselves
so
to a higher
has been
standard.
set.
Yeah. It's frustrating because you know what the standard is, and when it's not met, it's like, oh, you motherfuckers, you know what I mean? On your Denzel.
KC,
I'm still
hold on,
critical of the
Jay. Hold
Celtics.
on, Jay. KC, I want to break down, and then you know what? After this, we can move on but I just want to explain the KC.
But you got to get off your spirit.
I want to explain you the history of the Sixers since about 2010. I think since in 2012, the year Jay and I graduated from high school, right? The Sixers lost to the Celtics in a 7-game series. Okay. After that, them niggas decided to rebuild. The GM had this thing called trust the process. We had about 6 straight losing seasons in an effort to get multiple number 1 draft picks, and probably more, in an effort to get multiple number 1 draft picks. In which, if you draft number 1, you're supposedly getting the best player in the draft. We drafted either number 1 or top 3 in a plethora of seasons. Getting niggas like Joel Embiid, which is probably the only one that worked. Ben Simmons. What they call Carter, Michael Carter.
Michael Carter Williams.
Nerlens Noel. A whole bunch of niggas that were supposed to build the team around. They niggas was telling us for years, trust the process. Trust the process. We losing, getting our ass whooped. Trust the process. Yeah. So now, nigga Joel Embiid calling himself the process. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm here. We supposed to do this. And since 2018, we get into the playoffs and we fucking lose. We lost to Toronto that year when Kawhi hit that daggone buzzer beater. And the only other team we lose to is the fucking Celtics. And now you is playing the Knicks. And one thing the Knicks should never do is get out the first round. If we lose to these niggas, oh Lord,
it's all right.
It's okay.
And it's crazy because basketball stresses me more than the fucking Eagles. And I love football. But I don't understand the game of basketball sometimes enough to be like, why the fuck are we doing what we doing? I can't. In my heart, you niggas is soft. You niggas is lazy as fuck. We lost because niggas don't want to rebound a basketball. Because you niggas is some shit. And I'm sorry for cussing. But Lord Jesus, this is absolutely tragic. This is Philly versus New York. This is Philly versus New York.
Yeah, you got it.
You niggas is soft. All right, I'm done. But Casey, you can understand my frustration when niggas was telling us trust the process.
I wanted you to understand Jalen just a little more.
Yeah.
Like I said, not trying to be braggadocious. I just wanted you to kind of see from our point of view how that can be frustrating.
We had James Harden.
Yeah, y'all had James Harden. Y'all made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Hey, he changed up his restaurant
No, we didn't make
logo
to
quick.
Eastern Conference Finals last year, Jay.
Oh, yeah,
you know
no,
why?
that's what
Because
it
we
was.
lost to Boston in Game 7 in the division. Yeah. And then they got, and then who they played? Miami. Your team, apparently.
Yeah. We
I don't know
we
who you
lost.
root for no more.
I root for both.
Let's
Ooh,
get back to
Animosity's
it. All right.
Philly.
I'm sorry. I'm turning it around. All right, let's get back. Don't get me over this basketball.
And broader news, I think KC might have a rant. In other news, so the queen herself, Beyonce, dropped a video the other day to promote her new hair care products. How do you pronounce it? Cerid? How do you Sacred. And she has just proved to everyone who doubted her. I guess I don't know who doubts Beyonce anymore. That her hair is actually real. Now, Casey, tell us about this. Get it off your chest.
This is my thing, and I'm gonna be very calm when I'm delivering this because I want motherfuckers to hear what I'm saying. There has been like rumors, and I would say like Destiny's Child times, right? Very early on in her career. Beyonce wore her hair kind of like similar to mine, very like curly, natural. Beyonce was never shy about wearing weaves, right? I'm not gonna say that she was the one that put it on, but I definitely think she was somebody that owned it and made it okay to, oh, I'm about to get a weave or I'm gonna wear a wig. You know what I mean? And I think as she went through her career, obviously her wigs and her weaves are efficient. Like, not efficient, but like legitimate. Like, they're very expensive. You could tell it's not no yucky. You know what I mean? It's not no cheap hair. She's getting that expensive hair. But I think there's this notion that if you wear weave or you wear a wig, you're bald headed, and it's actually not the case. So underneath wigs and weaves, women have their hair braided up. You could choose to have it braided up, have some hair left out, but essentially your hair is in a protective style. So I'm not surprised that her hair is actually the length it is because if all the time when she's performing and doing different shows and appearances, she has a wig on or a weave, your hair is in that protective style, you know? So that's one. That's just common sense of just how, the body works. Two, she's a woman of wealth. And I think there's certain things that if you are of money, you cannot afford to have it not tight, not together. And I would say there are four things. Let's break it down to the three core.
Oh, what are these four things again? What are we listing?
That you, as a rich person, you cannot afford for this to be not taken care of.
Okay.
Or not well maintained. Okay. Teeth. Your teeth got to be on point. You telling me you have X amount of money and your teeth is crazy? I mean, I would say I have nice teeth and I'm
Look
not
at Cardi
well
B.
off. You know what I mean? Cardi got a bag and fix her teeth. She's not slow.
Ooh.
The second thing is your hair. Okay? There's no way that I have a good chunk of change in my pocket and my hair is thinning. No, you got money to fly out to Germany or see a fucking specialist or something. You can afford the high end, expensive serums and fucking red lights to put to your scalp and shit so your shit don't thin.
Shout
Your
out
hair
Jada
needs
Pinkett.
to be on point. You know what I mean? You got vitamins, if you want to do the herbal, natural route, you have money, right? My third thing is your skin. There's no reason why, if you are somebody with money, your skin looks crazy. You got acne and all this, that, and the third.
Shout out Charlamagne.
Even Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer's like, no, I go to the dermatologist and I get medical things for my face because I suffer with acne. I'm not saying you're not going to suffer because you got money, but you can at least afford to go see a dermatologist, get your skin done every month, if not more throughout the month. And then the fourth thing is a bonus. I don't believe that you should be rich and overweight. You have money to suck it, throw it up. You know what I mean? Like, you have money to take care of that. You know?
Well, hire
not throw it up, but
you
know what I mean.
Hire a trainer.
You hire a personal chef. Personal chef. I think when people talk shit and say money is the root to all evil, it depends how you're using it.
It's also easy to, to look at DJ Khaled. That nigga got big as hell. Yes, he used to be skinny when he was broke. But here's
you know what? There's something we're not getting on that end. This nigga ain't telling us the full story.
But this speaks volumes into why like Taraji was so upset during The Color Purple with the pay discrepancies, because all those things you listed, those cost money, and now that's an added expense to be in this career. So it's I've been noticing a lot of times a lot of these celebrities don't have money as much money as we think they have, unless they're like
Mm.
Beyonce, because we know she's a billionaire and married
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
billionaire, so they both billionaires. But like,
Mm.
not every celebrity's like that. Like this is a very expensive. To be famous is a very expensive thing, So like you said, you gotta get the
Well, this
best
ain't
hair
about being
specialist.
famous. Well, according to
Oh yeah,
KC,
no,
this ain't about being. It's about
No, I'm
if you
just
got
if
the
you're
money.
but
somebody,
like you're a
yeah.
celebrity with money, but like even with your celebrity with money, these are added expenses, and this is why it makes sense to me now, like why so many
Mm.
celebrities go broke
But this for
or
anybody
like
with money.
I
yeah,
think but there's people that are not
especially in the
celebrities or not famous that are well off that I'm
yeah,
like, you got the money. You could take care of yourself. You know?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't make sense for and I think being realistic about what you like you just said, Jalen, it doesn't make sense for me to go get $90,000 veneers if I can't pay to have it replaced. Cause that's the
yeah.
other thing we need to get to too. Is like, okay, don't introduce yourself to a vibe you can't maintain. Don't
Ooh.
get some $90,000 veneers in Colombia. You gonna have to pay for that plane ticket and the repair costs because nobody in the US is gonna touch your teeth. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? It's things that people
Your
don't think
insurance
about.
don't cover it no more because you got it
Exactly.
from illegal, unsanctioned means. But
Exactly. And I say all this to say Beyonce's hair is long, and I'm not surprised. And her mother, aside from let's say she wasn't Beyonce, her mother was a hairstylist. So I'm sure
oh,
your mother's,
And a
putting you
seamstress.
on.
makes
She's putting
sense.
you on things that are good for your hair. She probably knows she's dealt with Beyonce's hair her whole life, so she knows what it needs, what it doesn't need, and so that's beneficial as well.
Would you say
Um,
this is great promotion for the Sacred brand? Like, would you say
I
this is good promotion?
I I personally think it is. And I like that she didn't do right off the bat, she dropped Sacred and then she's like, boom, this is me using Sacred. I like that she allowed us, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna try it. I like how she allowed us to be her ads essentially. Like, okay, because you saw everybody on YouTube doing reviews, TikTok doing reviews on it, and seeing how it, applies to our hair. And then it's like, okay, I love that it's working for y'all. This is what it's also doing for me. So I think her timing on it was very strategic for sure. I also think she's kind of leaning more into the lens of like an influencer kind of, and I think she's using it correctly. I think that was her missing piece. Beyonce has dropped, tried to drop other things and I don't think they've been as successful, but because I don't think she's made it where it's like a personal product, right? Beyonce's
Yeah,
had perfumes, she's had House
jeans.
of Darion, you know what I mean?
Ivy
But
Park.
I don't, Ivy Park, but I think she missed that person, making it personable. Because I feel like for a long time, and even now, still, Beyonce doesn't feel so reachable as Rihanna. Rihanna does well because she's reachable. She's not
Yeah,
just dropping pictures; she's dropping pictures with captions and
yeah.
interacting with people.
And
So I
she's
think
posing in the
Beyonce's,
stuff.
you know what I mean? She's posing in it. She's using it.
Yeah,
When it's like, oh, what is your lipstick? Oh, it's, Fenty. But I also think Rihanna has done a good job of like connecting her persona, her attitude, her personality to her products and has made it personable. Where Beyonce, I don't think she's done that before, but I think she's doing it now with Sacred.
Can I I'm gonna just admit my ignorance towards Beyonce and
Mm-hmm.
her hair. So
Yeah.
there was a part of me before really understanding women, especially specifically black women's hair and like wigs,
Mm-hmm.
protective hairstyles, was her wearing like wigs or weaves was not wanting to be like, I don't know why I felt some type of way her not wanting to do like a lot of natural looks like early
Mm-hmm.
on or even later, like it'd be like, oh, why don't, like she is like a lot of black women look up to Beyonce, right? So when
Mm-hmm.
like outside of Lemonade, and you could quote, you can like let me know if I'm wrong, but outside of Lemonade
Mm-hmm.
album, like it was hardly seeing her with natural hairstyles, which
Mm-hmm.
is to me was weird for somebody who was like the black woman that black women seem to be inspired by. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't know. That
I
was
mean,
just
I think that's a fair point. I mean, you can go back into her Instagram like very early on. She's done braids before,
Yeah,
right? She's done that. Very, I personally think it's about preference. There's black women that will be like, I refuse to fucking deal with my natural hair because it's just too much, right? And so I think it ultimately comes down to, what she was comfortable with. I also think when we're thinking of Beyonce, not, she does a lot of performances, right? And so I can see her wanting to, hey, I can straighten and do as much heat to a wig or weave and it won't damage my actual hair. And I think that's what it is too, is like, she did, all this like color cuts and things like that. You can get adventurous with a weave and a wig,
for
but
sure.
with your actual, with your actual hair, it limits your versatility. So I can see why she has done a lot of weaves and wigs, so to speak.
And that makes a lot of
Um,
sense.
She do a
Yeah,
lot of dancing and stuff too.
you know what I mean?
It's,
And when when you're sweating it out, I think my thing is if I feel like her mom is very hair inclined as far and aware of like the damage that can happen to your hair. Beyonce, I'm sure her mom was just like, we could do that same look, but with a protective style, a weave or a wig. I also do think there was a point in time where she had to cut her hair off because it got caught in a fan.
oh
Oh wow.
shit!
So there's like,
Wow,
yeah, so
that's
that
crazy.
but yeah,
And the show
I mean,
goes on for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair point, but I think it also comes with
Perspective.
I think as a black woman, you got to get comfortable with it. When I
Yeah.
was younger, I was not comfortable with my curls. I wasn't, and so it would be in a bun or it would be straight. But I
Mm.
think that as you go, as you grow up and you learn how to take care of your hair, what products work for your hair, what products don't, then you know what I mean. You kind of okay, I could rock it curly. I got plenty of friends who are like, nah, bitch, I need that shit in a wig or in a wig. You know what I mean? But it's just because they don't want to deal with their hair because their hair
Mm.
is a lot or they don't know how to deal with natural hair. So I can see that being a contention for her as well,
Yeah.
even though she has money, shouldn't.
Beyonce got mad hair. I was not expecting to have so much hair on her head when I watched that video. To be honest,
If you look at Tina, Tina got a good amount of hair too, though.
that's crazy. It's because she Creole.
And she doesn't do perm or relaxers, so she uses color. Similar to myself, I don't do perms or relaxer. Color is the most like processing we'll ever get on this side of town.
Interesting, interesting.
No.
This is a
Shout
great
out to the
lesson.
hair, man.
Yeah, shout out
Nah, yeah,
Beyonce.
yeah.
Shout out to the hair dollars because I feel like this is a conversation as Tyler. I don't know about you, but I don't know much about hair. I try to learn
Mm.
a little bit more and
I've
more.
learned a lot
I
from
feel
my
like
wife.
Cause Tyler, you ask really good questions though.
I like that we're
Thank
talking
you.
about this because like a lot of dudes just be judging women based on their hair, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, what? Learn about it a little bit more before you be judging women like, oh, I don't like weave or wigs, but you don't even know why it's being worn,
But my
or
thing is,
like
because you're not down to comb it out and
exactly,
oil the scalp and
yeah.
part it and twist it and you're not
It's a,
down for that. So
it's a
it's like okay,
very
cool.
I feel like it's very important to have these conversations, especially as like black men.
Nah, Jay,
Yeah.
I agree. Especially like for one, we really shouldn't judge women for what they do with their hair,
Mm-hmm.
like specifically wigs and weaves, just because yeah, like they say, like natural hair is like that's like a daily process of making sure it's kept
Mm-hmm.
up.
Yeah,
In comparison to other cultures, they don't other a lot of other cultures don't have to do the amount of upkeep that black women have to do to the hair. A lot of other
Yeah.
cultures can just comb that shit out and call it a day.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Wash it
so
every day. Yeah.
yeah, we need to have another level of empathy
Just
and
take a
or
shower and
sympathy.
walk out.
Yeah. We need to have a
Yeah.
level of
It's
empathy and
just wild.
sympathy for black women dealing with their hair and what the levels that needs to be kept. But I will say
Mm-hmm.
on another level, I respect seeing a natural hairstyle. Like it
Yeah,
brings joy to my soul to see a natural
Mm-hmm.
hairstyle. But I also understand when they like, fuck it. I'm not
yeah.
dealing with that
Yeah,
today.
it's too
Exactly.
much. Yeah.
That's why I've come across a lot of dudes in my life who be like, you know what? I'm sick of all this fake shit. I need to grow with natural hair. But like the shit they be talking about be like straight hair. I be like, that, you like black
No,
women, brother. You like black
but my
women, brother.
My thing is, it's that, or it's like, nah, I don't even like her with a perm or relaxer.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
So what do
do
you
you
like,
want it
nigga?
straight or do you want it natural? You can't. You know what I mean?
Sa-
You pick a fucking side.
Same thing when they talk about women when they be wearing makeup. I don't like my women with all that makeup. Nigga, they don't be wearing
I
the
also
makeup for us.
I also think, but some men are actually very confused by that though.
Yeah.
Like they think like we do our hair and our makeup for them. And don't get me wrong, there's probably some girlies out there that do it for the male gaze, and that's fine, cool. But that's not all of us. Some of us are like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to feel pretty today. Like if I wear makeup to work, I'm like, oh, I want to feel pretty today. I want to feel like I have a job, like I'm not homeless. You know, wearing makeup is the epitome of putting on earrings. Without earrings, I feel like somebody's son.
It,
You know.
it be blowing my mind because the same people that be saying all this stuff about women will be the same nigga if they was a woman wouldn't do their hair now one goddamn time because they don't even comb their own goddamn heads. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
It just be
And
infuriating.
I don't pass
You
judgment
don't even know how to brush
to
their
the
head.
next
Talk about
to the next
oh
bitch that don't comb their hair. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Am I a fan of it? No, I hate it. Like back home, my aunt used to comb my hair. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. So I understand. I even cut the shit off because I was so anti combing my hair. So I get it. But once again, like you said, Jalen, if you're gonna talk about a woman's hair, take care of your locks,
Mhm.
brush your waves. You know what I mean? Focus on you.
If
Your
you
shit
ain't
looking
brushing
crazy.
you got a bunch of dandruff in your head and you got a short haircut, that means you need some conditioner. That's
It
all
means
you
you need
need.
to
And you
add tea tree
wash
oil to your regimen.
and you're washing your hair too much. I know people who wash their hair every day. As a black man, you don't need to do that every day. We have natural
Every
oils in
day
our hair.
though?
Yeah,
Every
that took me a
day.
while to learn. I didn't know that for
Yeah.
a long time.
I
I
didn't
didn't know
learn
that
that for a
for a
long
long
time.
time either.
You gotta go sulfate free
That
shampoo.
dries your shit out though.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
you get dandruff.
yeah,
I be telling people, no one listens
yeah.
to me though. KC, no one listens to a brother.
Yeah, and I don't use shampoo like that. Like I'll use conditioner,
You
but
gotta
you don't
use
need to shampoo every time you wash.
Yep.
That's like
well
a
when you
cause
have a short
depending on
haircut
the
like
shampoo.
this, once a week, maybe every other
Yeah,
week tops.
and that's enough. And that's enough. Shampoo is actually really stripping. Like
Yeah, you
it
gotta make
takes a
sure you get
lot.
that sulfate free.
Come on,
Uh,
sulfate free.
to get into some more nigga talk.
Nigga,
Uh,
nigga, nigga.
so allegedly Chris Brown and Quavo got beef. They've been throwing diss tracks at each other. It's getting real nasty. Chris Brown talking about everyone wished Quavo died instead of Takeoff, and I don't know what Quavo be saying because I don't know what the nigga be saying half the time when he be making his own
Mama.
songs. But hey,
Woo!
Casey, Tyler, do y'all know what spurned this beef?
Look, man, I've been taking care of a newborn for the past 2 weeks. I don't know what the hell's going on in the world. Not necessarily. You know, I kept up with Cole and all them niggas, but this Chris Brown shit, I said, I'm not getting into this. So I would love to hear y'all's opinion.
I have an opinion, but I don't know what fucking started it.
Yeah, I want to know what started it. I have no idea what started it. I've listened to the tracks, and I just
Yeah.
find this is weird at a moment when the biggest beef's going on. It's like you got a little second tier beef going on.
This is my thing. I'm not really sure where the disconnect has been. I remember, and y'all know the name of it. You know the Celebrity Basketball League.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I know Chris Brown had a team and Quavo had a team.
Yeah.
And there's a snippet that was going around and where, Chris Brown's like, it's Quavo, like, bring your bitch ass out. So I don't know if it's like there was always this underlining like ughness between them. But I will say, I think the takeoff comment Chris made, I honestly don't think it was distasteful.
You don't think
I
it was
was
distasteful?
no, because he wasn't being disrespectful about Takeoff. He was
Mm-hmm.
like he was the realest one in the group, which people have said about Takeoff even when he was alive.
Yeah.
So I don't. It may have been a shock to motherfuckers, like, oh shit, damn, that's where he's going. But I didn't think it was disrespectful. I thought it was just, people have said that when he was alive, so I
Yeah.
don't see it as being a dig. I also think realistically, all three of us in some capacity have said this as well. Is like, Quavo, you're the producer. You make the
Yeah.
beats. You are not the person we're running to if
You
we
do the
want
hook.
bars. You know what I mean? You might hit me with a mama, and that wasn't even you. That was Takeoff. So it's like, you know what I mean? The hook, not so much. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
According to the direct.com, this beef is about Karuchi.
Is it? Is it now?
She must got that bomb coochie. I'm
So,
telling
as
you.
you know,
To
so
be
Brown
talking
apparently,
about it.
apparently Chris Brown and Quavo was pretty cool. Like this was all together whoop de wop. So when Chris Brown saw him out with saw him out with Karuchi, he was like, "Yo, I thought we was cool." That's
He
just
ain't
what I
been with
got from the
Karuchi in
gist of
like
this
10
article.
years. They ain't been
But you
together in a
know,
long ass time.
this is my no, but I believe it because you got to think Karuchi was his first real relationship after Rihanna, and Rihanna, people could shoot me about it, but that was his first love.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah.
I
That
think
makes
definitely.
sense. They was young.
I
He
definitely
was
think that
he
was
was
his
like
first.
16, yeah.
16,
Yeah, and he's
17. They were
named it.
both
He
young.
said it like maybe we were both delusional, but like that was love for me. And so I think after that, he kind of struggled to find that. And so Karuchi was his first taste of like adult, like, okay, let's try this adult relationship, adult love. Not saying he perfected it and didn't do her dirty, but I think that she was his like glimmer of hope and like, oh, you gonna get me the, white picket fence and kids and dog and shit. And so to see another nigga who I don't think they were ever best friends, but that you cool with is like, oh, okay. Now I don't know if like Quavo asking him like, yo, I'm about to like, do you mind if I slide on Karuchi? I'm sure that Chris would have said no and Quavo would have still did it. So I don't see that there, we could have avoided this, but
I don't
I
think
gotta
they're
be
cool
honest with
enough.
you though, man. I gotta be honest. This beefing
What?
over women, and no disrespect to women. This is just on some like like
pussy power.
on some male ego type shit. This whole beefing over women is tragic. This is Drake out niggas stay beefing with Drake because of some women. And now this shit, it's like, nigga, y'all could do a lot more, working together, but
It's a
the,
sassy man
the shit
apocalypse.
don't really feel respectable.
I
Especially when you
think
get the reason for the beef. You gonna come up with a diss track just because a nigga talking to a woman you used to be with. I can't even. It's hard to respect the beef. Like once you understand what's going on.
Because it's not
yeah.
legitimate. Yeah.
It's over nonsense, to be honest. I'm mad at you for dating my ex-girlfriend. Who the fuck who cares? Unless that nigga was your best friend or your family member, why are you mad at this nigga for dating somebody? Y'all Chris Brown's in his mid-30s. Yo, like, get over it. You ain't been with the woman in over 8 years. I understand being being a little upset. But like, if you think you're better than Quavo, because obviously he thinks he's better than Quavo coming from these diss tracks. He thinks he's at another level. Which talent-wise, I would like to say Chris Brown's one of the most talented people out there.
Yeah, for sure.
So I understand. So why even say anything? Why make this a beef? Because it sounds to me like he's only doing this because he dropped an album that nobody knew he dropped, and he's trying to get some promotion. Because I didn't know he dropped the album until I heard about him taking a shot at Quavo, and that's when I found out he dropped the album. I had no idea he dropped another album.
Which one? The Deluxe 1111?
Is that what it
new?
is?
I knew he dropped the
11,
Deluxe
11.
1111.
I
I
think
ain't
it
even
was the
listened to
Deluxe.
1111 yet.
No, I think I only know about it because I saw the tour date banner and I was like, oh, I'm about to pull up. Like, this is lit. This is my thing with Chris is I think he would be further along if people let go of the past.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he has that chip on his shoulder because he knows motherfuckers are not going to give him the respect and the kudos that he naturally has earned through his work and, different shit that he's done. So I feel like it makes him a little bitter. You know what I mean? So like something that like to us is like, this is petty, this is small. He's like, you know what? Nobody knows about my fucking album. I'm still paying for fucking shit that I did the time, I did the crime, whatever. And I'm still not getting the accolades of
I
so that's
personally
infuriating.
I personally don't think he's done anything to prove that he's changed since he's had that situation with Rihanna. Like nothing like substantial. Like, cause he still has like reports of him, being disrespectful to women. all that stuff that
Mm-hmm.
came out after he broke up with Karuchi about her being a fear for her life, him stalking her and just popping up at her place and this and all this, the cocaine, the heavy drug use. I feel like
I'm sorry, that's not funny. That's not
I
funny.
feel
I'm
like
sorry.
these things, like if he wasn't acting like he didn't still do some crazy things, which
Mm-hmm.
you're entitled to do crazy things whatever you want. He grew up rich. He once he
Mm-hmm.
hit the age like 16, 15 years old, he's had money in his life,
Mm-hmm.
coming
Yeah.
in and out.
Mm-hmm.
I just think in us, if you want people to respect you more after that situation, you got to show that you done the work.
Mm.
And like you'll see instances like right after it happened, you seen like, oh, he said he went to therapy and this and that, and then like a couple years later, he kind of low key in the same acting the same way he's always been,
Mm.
acting
That's valid.
crazy, fighting people, always trying to fight somebody. He got to fight. Remember when you got try to fight Drake in the club? That was
Yeah.
like 8 years ago.
This,
I will give Chris Brown some credit for laying down some bars.
Yeah,
yeah.
rapped his ass
Something we don't
off.
see every day.
Not
Something
since
that's
he
cool.
dropped mixtapes back in the day.
I do feel
Yeah,
like
I
though
think people forget about that though, Ty. That he like this nigga could really go.
Yeah,
beefing with Quavo is like um low end fruit. Is that low hanging fruit?
low hanging fruit.
There
It's
you
not the most.
go.
Thank you, thank you. It's not the most
Out of all
lyrical
the,
nigga,
yeah, not the
you
most.
know.
No.
And to be honest
In
with
this
you,
generation, you could have found somebody else.
and
Yeah,
look, I know in the social media age, you should use social media and stuff to your advantage during a beef.
Mm.
I would just really like to see niggas just when niggas say keep it on record, really keep this shit
Mm-hmm.
on record. I would appreciate that.
I
It,
don't I don't mind the taking jabs outside the records
That's
because
fair, but see now
in
it's
real life
like
you talking shit to your friends.
you're
yeah.
very true. You're very true. But now it's like, all right, all right. Once with the track come out and from you taking away the public's opinion, right?
Mm,
Mm.
Because you pushing and pushing it. Don't get me wrong, if you got a song, you should push the song, right? But
yeah,
the extra banter now is like, is it really that good? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And you know what, the
Yeah.
beefing is kind of crazy. I think we still kind of want that 90s shit. We still kind of want
Mm.
that like we don't even know what the feeling was because we was kids, but to know that
Yeah.
niggas put it out, it went on the radio, and you had to like call in niggas what you niggas think. It's
Yeah.
not. I don't know. You almost wanted to be like straight from the bars, but anyway, that's just not how it is.
I feel like the way rap beef now is, especially with all this rap beef going on in hip hop right now, which I personally love.
Yeah.
I think it makes I think it's good for hip hop. Like we talked about last time recorded, Casey, how
Mm.
as long as it don't get violent, I think it's good for hip hop because people
Absolutely.
always. I feel like a lot of people forget that hip hop is competitive. It's not like
Mm.
any other. Every other genre has competitiveness in their music, but hip hop's one
Mm-hmm.
of those one genres where like you could take shots at people and they take shots back at you, and it's part of the game. Like they have
Mm.
battle rap for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, I
I
agree.
just think, yeah, I just think that like this is why people love rap beef so much because it's like
Mm-hmm.
you're talking your shit and you're backing it up by with the music.
I
And
think
I
the
feel
Mm-hmm.
problem now is it doesn't feel realistic like that these niggas
Mm-hmm.
actually got issues with each other.
yeah.
Now it's especially with what we talk about next. The
Mm-hmm.
shit now is just starting to look like a big advertisement for each individual artist.
Yeah.
Like this, like
You
Kanye
know,
hopping into this shit was the most unnecessary shit of all time.
So let's talk
I
about it. Let's what are you
I
going to say, Casey?
but before we get off the top, before we shift, I will say the Quavo and Chris Brown shit, like, don't take it serious, like it's whatever. But I
Fair.
will say I'm enjoying the cover art. Like
Yeah.
for a man to use you going fucking throat deep on a glizzy
This
as
is
his
hilarious.
cover art is lethal. You didn't give a fuck. And then your cover back was what? And then we have to, I
That's
think, at
Fairgrounds.
this point, if you are gonna go toe to toe with Chris Brown, you got to know we've heard the Rihanna shit. Cool.
Yeah.
Come up with another line. That it's played out. It's played out, and it doesn't give original. It gives you didn't have nothing.
This Chris Brown Quavo beef is great for Chris Brown. Not
It's
so
not good
great
for
for Quavo because he dropped the.
And that
his
Sweetie
music
shit
isn't
coming
that
back
good.
up.
Yeah.
That Sweetie shit coming back up.
Tyler, she not denying the shit.
Yeah.
She not.
I mean, it's
She
on
didn't
camera.
deny. Chris Brown said he fucked her. Chris Brown said he fucked Sweetie.
Icy Gang.
She didn't deny it. And the video,
Icy
like
Gang,
you said,
nigga.
and the video came out of him pushing Karuchi to the ground over the Xbox. It was crazy.
No, that
People
was
completely
Quavo pushing.
forgot about
That was Quavo
That's
pushing
what I'm
Sweetie.
talking about. Quavo pushing
Sweetie. You said
Sweetie
Karuchi,
down to the
you
ground
said
over.
Sweetie to the ground.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I said these names, man. All these light skinned women, man.
Chris Brown clearly has a type. He likes his bitches with a little Asian in them too.
Dog.
I didn't even.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Wow. Because
Yeah.
Sweetie's Asian too. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, except for
But yeah, crazy situation, man. It's just he was doing good until he started
Comical.
beef with. You can't talk shit about someone beating up woman when you have a video of you looking
Dog.
like you beat up a woman.
Yeah.
Dog.
No.
Yeah, he like
Niggas
now
ain't-
you
they
the
not
pot,
thinking,
the
but-
pot calling. The pot calling. That's all
You
I'm
gonna
saying.
go to war? You gonna go to war with a nigga and you forget what you got in your own backyard? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Hey, be ready to dig that
It's-
shit up.
This rap beef's low. In my opinion, I thought it was low key corny. It wasn't like I wasn't really tuned into it until I heard the Chris Brown song, and I was like, oh, okay, Chris Brown. I forgot he can rap. I always forget he can rap.
It feels
These
it
rap
feels-
beefs are getting comical though.
Yeah,
It's really funny
for
at this
sure,
point.
for sure. But let's talk about the main beef. Drake.
Oh.
Everyone got beef with Drake now. I don't know what Drake did to piss everybody and their mother off, but it seemed like everyone and their mama want Drake. Everyone wants it's like Kendrick took a shot, drew blood, and it's like sharks in the water. Like, oh,
Hey,
Man.
literally,
it's like-
literally.
this nigga. It's like I see the tweet that said this nigga Drake. They act like this nigga Drake is Thanos.
I
the way
mean,
they-
this
Way
whole
they coming for
situation.
him.
This whole situation makes Drake look really good.
Yes,
This whole thing is
It
making
does.
Drake look
makes-
like the
yeah.
nigga.
that nigga. It seems like everyone's hating on him.
Ah,
It makes him look like he's that nigga.
Dog,
Now-
I mean,
up until we start using AI, I
Yeah.
thought he was that nigga.
I'll say
I'm
this,
not-
man.
The
'cause
AI took a couple points off.
I ain't
Yeah,
excuse me if I go back. I wasn't on the last episode, but after seeing all of this play out,
Mm-hmm.
I think Kendrick, while I appreciate him for making the first move and like that right now is still like the biggest song out,
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick needed to make his own song
He does.
because now he's caught up in this whole shit show is what it looks
Give me
like
50.
to me. You
Yeah.
got caught up with the Rick Ross, you caught up with Future, you caught up with Drake talking about Metro, and Drake was doing
Shut the
like-
fuck up, play some drums.
shut the fuck up, play some drums is hilarious.
It's crazy.
Yo.
It's crazy.
And
Oh.
you almost wish Kendrick did his own song so that it could just be like, all right, this is me and you, my nigga. Fuck everybody else. But
Mhm.
now Drake was able to, and not that Drake ain't shoot at Kendrick, but he
Yeah.
was able to waste some bars on other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And some of his best
Mhm.
bars was at all them other niggas.
Mm-hmm.
And it just made it
Mhm.
funny. You
This-
feel me? So, I don't know.
Even though the hook was dropping "Give Me 50" in push-ups, making fun of Kendrick, he took more shots
Yeah.
at Future than Kendrick.
Mm.
I don't
When you
kn-
think about it,
I don't know what. I think Drake and Future argued over a woman too.
And mind you, this was the first leak. My bad.
it's
not the second
giving
song.
they're
This the first.
arguing over a woman.
Yeah, it that's how I feel. So the first,
Oh,
let's
hold a
talk
second.
about the first. Let's talk about Drake's response. His first response that leaked: push-ups.
According to complex.com.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Come on,
Future.
complex.
Wow, this could be over with. Future felt some type of way
Okay.
that he collabed with 21 with the Her
I heard
Loss
that.
album.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And that's why a lot of the songs on We Don't Trust You is a opposite of a lot of the song titles in Her Loss.
I did see that.
Now, mind you, Metro Boomin also was a producer on Her Loss. So I don't know how this nigga's just able to say.
How that panned
I
out.
don't. What does
But
Future have against 21?
So
I don't think it's against 21. I think it's the fact that
So I saw the interview, and it's not necessarily a direct at 21, but it's kind of like when we, Tyler, right before you left, we kind of had this conversation of like, Future gave Drake that Atlanta street edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he was trying to find that way of like, okay, how can I get, more edgy, more street cred? Okay, let me get Future. Because at that time, Future, I think he had dropped Dirty Sprite or whatever the case may be. He was, he was in the streets. And him and Drake had made that collab or whatever. And he in himself, I feel like, named himself as Drake's Atlanta Street Connect.
Okay.
And so when he connected with 21, he felt in his mind, and this is all interpreted in this, the complex interview. In his mind, he interpreted that as, oh, I'm no longer your go-to. I'm no longer your number one. And I think he took that personal. Now, in my opinion, is that fair? Absolutely not. You can't just think I'm about to go to you for everything.
But this nigga can't have other
It,
friends.
I don't even think it's the friend shit. I just think
um,
it's the way
That's
it
what it
was
sound
said. I
like.
don't even.
as I
No, I
continue
don't
to
think it was
read the
the friend shit.
complex article, this is all speculation.
Yeah. None of this is confirmed.
It's said to believe the Her Loss is kind of putting What a Time to Be Alive on, making it not as important.
Okay. Okay.
I can see that.
I see that.
I can see that.
That's very much speculation. Now, also, I do, but there is the other rumor about it being over a woman, which once again, hard to respect. Unless the nigga was really in love.
Hard to respect, easy to believe.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive came out 8-9 years ago though.
Yeah.
Like it's old now. It's like the people who like music, who they're trying to push music to nowadays, were like children when What a Time to Be Alive came out.
We was in college.
Yeah, we was in college, but we were the audience for that album.
Fair.
Her Loss is for the audience. Is the music is supposed to be technically, because music's a young, especially rap is a young man sport. It's pushed to the other people who are in college now in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't understand. I don't understand this whole their beef. Their beef is weird to me. Kendrick and Drake, I get it.
This is what I'll say. I think it opens up the conversation for how long is something allowed to be number one or top tier, right? Because it's like, What a Time to Be Alive, that was number one for a steady minute, right?
And that was a time.
Like up there. And it truly was a time.
It was a time.
But you can't, I don't think, okay, like you said, like 7, 9 years past, you can't expect that project to still be number one. Or that's that. But you also can't expect the artist to not want to top that.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you're still currently making music. Now, like,
yeah,
if they was at the end of their careers at that point, I understand. I understand. Like, oh, that was our greatest thing together. Now you come out of nowhere. Drake has made at least like 5 albums since then, 6, 7. He's dropped projects.
I just
Future
find this.
too.
I find it so weird, man. I find it so weird. I feel like beefs should be more for the up and coming.
Okay.
Right? I feel like when we're at this stage where everybody's names are solidified in the game,
You
I don't
blazed
know.
that trail.
This even because even the Kendrick and Drake beef, right? This shit feel like Pacquiao versus Mayweather. It was too late. Y'all niggas should have really been back and forth in the 2010s in the peaks. If you gonna wait, you know what I'm saying? If you gonna waste niggas' time, do it when y'all still trying to come up.
Kendrick gonna drop a verse. He probably record 4 or 5 months ago, and then he ain't gonna respond.
Nah,
Kendrick
I think
ain't
he will.
responding.
I think he will, bro.
I don't think so.
I think he's gonna respond, but I think it's gonna be on a project or
I know,
his own shit.
Yeah. We in the age of the internet where niggas want shit right away. But once again, when we look at Ether, when we look at when Jay-Z dropped Takeover, and it was a minute. It was a minute before Stillmatic came out, and their first song was Ether. Niggas almost forgot. Allegedly. You know, a nigga was a kid, but that's what
it's just because the way media is, you know, is produced now. It's so much quicker, so much faster. So that's why everyone wants a quicker response. But
I think plus this beef been going on for so long,
for over 10 years.
Like ever since I really heard it once Kendrick said most of y'all sharing bars like you got the bottom bunk in a 2-man cell, and that was like what 20. That was like 2014 went to a Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
And once he said that shit, it was like, oh, subliminal for damn near 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
my overall thought is this beef isn't between Future and Drake, Rick Ross and Drake, Kanye and Drake. No. This is between Kendrick and Drake and J. Cole. J. Cole bowed out. This is between the big three. Now, I disagree with you saying that beef should be a young man's game, but when you're at the top of the top, it's okay to have beef still. I think it's okay to come to beef, because at this point in their careers, we know they're all three the best. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows it, even if they don't want to admit it. Oh, because they don't like Drake and yada yada yada. They're the top three. You know why they're the top three? Because when they talk about rap, they talk about one of those three. You know what I'm saying?
No. Hey, look. I get what you're saying. This is like heavyweight fight, biggest heavyweight fight of all time, right? This is like Ali Frazier. You know what I'm saying? I will say this, Jay, and I respect your opinion about the Cole thing. It was very
disappointing.
It was disappointing, right? But when I listen to
refreshing.
When I listen to the Like That, when I listen to the Like That song, right? And I think really I get where he says fuck the big three and all that stuff, right? I just didn't hear a Cole diss.
He didn't diss Cole.
I didn't hear Cole diss. Even when he said, you know, if you walk around with that stick, it ain't Andre 3K. That's like, I'm respecting your bluff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you talking that talk, I gotta come at you with a certain level. You feel me? So I'm like, even Cole probably heard it and was tripping, but I feel like he wasn't listening.
He wasn't listening. Nobody was listening.
I can see him dropping it. I can see him dropping it and be like, man, you know what, man, fuck it. This really ain't between me and this nigga.
But this is so here's my thing about J. Cole. I said this a couple weeks ago, but it's been a couple weeks. I've had some time to sit with it and, you know, get over my emotions. I respect him bowing out and apologizing on a public platform. I still feel iffy about that.
He was apologizing to his fans. It was at Dreamville.
Yeah. So like it was only
he was talking to his people.
He was talking to his people. I respect it, but at the same time, I'm like, him dropping a diss to Kendrick kind of ruined the greatness of Might Delete This Later, because that whole mixtape was amazing. The whole project's good.
I've still listened to it. It's just really good.
No, the project
bars
is good.
On bars. Yeah.
Yes, the project is good. Because you could tell he wasn't in it. You know, you could tell that it was just added on last minute. It didn't even fit the whole vibe of the whole mixtape. So I get that. But he should have never deleted it.
No.
2, it's okay. He already bowed out. He apologized, blah, blah, blah. We're over it. It's happened. But my thing with Cole is he didn't need to do any of that. He could just stay quiet, and nothing would have
Because
happened.
and Jay, I feel like
But
the
you,
mixtape itself was a great response.
That's
Like
all he
if you
needed.
didn't
That's
have
what I'm
7 minute
saying.
drill and might delete it later, nigga, I could rap for days. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
That's
that EP felt like.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I think my thing with it is where it's kind of like you're guilty by association.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to seem pussy. And I
Yeah.
think that's and he named no, but he named it when he was apologizing. He's like, now we're in this day and age where motherfuckers is in your ear saying, "Oh, you gonna let him talk to you like that?" So I don't think in Kendrick's shit was he coming for Cole. Absolutely not. But I think when you have social media, like y'all said before, this day and age, everything is intensified.
Yeah.
So something that's like a little okay, cool. Motherfuckers be like, oh, he was talking about your nana. Ooh.
Yeah.
Remember how your nana used to play you that flute back in the day? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'll make a connection to try to, egg it on and get a response. So I feel like that's where his response came out
Yeah.
of. But I think it takes a lot for you, especially in this game and the
Mhm.
rap industry, to say, you know what, fuck it, I take that shit back. Kanye said he's pussy for it.
Yeah,
I
I
commend
don't
him.
agree. I
Because
don't
I think
agree.
it takes
Kanye been on some bullshit.
Kanye needs to go on his meds.
Kanye needs
I
to
will
shut
say-
the fuck up and mind his business. That's what
I
that
will
nigga
say,
need to
y'all.
do.
Hey, please.
Shout out to Ross. BBL Drizzy is the funniest
That shit
thing
is
ever.
hilarious.
Ru-
Rick Ross
Ross
is hilarious.
is this
Rick
generation's
Ross
50 Cent.
is
Yes.
making this beef right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the nigga was on the gram on the boat talking about that used to be Stunner's house right there. That used to be Stunner's house, Drizzy. Your team down bad, Drizzy. If you really want to show some love, you need to buy that house on the river. See,
he was on there trolling.
I have no idea why Rick Ross is mad at Drake because it's hilarious.
I can explain.
It's hilarious to me.
Ooh,
Oh,
explain,
please explain. Please
'cause
explain. Please
I
explain.
have no
I have
idea.
no
why.
idea. It came out of nowhere.
Now, I don't know Rick Ross' relationship with French Montana, but based on his Rick Ross's Instagram story, Drake sent French a cease and desist for I believe for a sample that he used or something on one of his albums, and it was like,
that's a low blow.
You sent the C&D to my boy French Montana. He was just like, why you doing that to niggas? Why you stopping other niggas from eating? Sorry, my bad. I was getting my Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Why you stopping
but
other
that
niggas
makes
from
sense,
eating?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, so at that point, if you gonna get into the business, that's a business thing.
Yeah.
Rick Ross gonna start talking.
Yeah.
Rick Ross gonna start.
That's still
into that
weird
thing.
reasoning. He's so bad.
That
The
nigga
album
Ross
cover for
said-
his
You
this
got
track was
a
hilarious.
nose job. I'm like, oh well.
That nigga said, "You won't believe who wrote this one." That nigga in the club like, guess who wrote this one? I know who wrote this one.
It's just so funny.
That's been my favorite part.
I thought the text Drake sent his mother was hilarious.
Cause it's like, who? First of all, your white side showing. Who
Oh, yeah,
calls
for
their
sure.
fucking their mother mom?
Oh,
Or has
that's
the
that's
mom
not
in the-
that's not really a
I
white.
think-
That
I think.
what's wrong with calling your
call
mother mom?
Mom?
I don't call my mother anything.
I say,
Oh god, this
You
is tired.
you set it up for the slam. You lobbed it up.
This
You
is
knew it was
so-
coming. You set yourself up for it.
This
for
is
those
so
who
fucking
for those who
tired.
don't know, R.I.P.
Ain't
Baby
nothing.
Mama,
I know
R.I.P.
people who call their moms mom.
I don't know.
Black
some
people-
Like,
Yeah. Like
Man,
it's still a name for your mother.
see,
I know-
Tyler, even you're struggling.
Some
Tyler,
people
what do
say
you call
mama.
you-
There's nothing wrong with calling your mother
I
mom.
say mama, my growing up it was mommy as a kid, I never said mom. But like
I feel like mom is like,
and you know,
Yes.
literally, mom is like this bitch who birthed me. Fuck
even
off.
growing up,
That's what it gives.
I grew up growing up in PG County, a lot of bougie black people. And they say mother. Hey,
Oh,
now you got it. It's
that's-
like you better
yeah.
say the
No,
whole
if I call my mom my mother, it's weird. I say
Yeah.
mommy, but I'm
Yeah.
Spanish, so
mommy, ma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see any. I don't
Mummy,
think that
papi.
his white side came out and he said he's racist. That was his white
Oh,
Oh,
for
side
sure.
guy.
when
That
Rick
too.
Ross said "white boy,"
Oh,
what up? Come on, white boy. I,
I will tell you.
it's so
I
hysterical.
know Drake fucking lost his
Oh,
shit.
I know
White
for a
boy.
fact. Ain't
He's
nothing
like,
worse.
bummer clot.
Ain't nothing worse.
Say it again, KC. Say it again. Do it again.
That nigga was like, bummer clot.
Oh,
Because Drake wants to be everything but who he is. It's
I
hilarious.
know he was mad I know when Rick Ross calling him white boy pisses him off because as a fellow
Yeah.
light skinned man, that
Oh,
was one.
brother.
Now let me talk about I'm not biracial, but I have some biracial rage. Being called white boy is the most is the most infuriating thing to be called when you're light skinned.
When you know you're not white.
I
Yeah.
am not white in any type of way. You calling me white boy because of light? Oh, I used to get bullied. That's how I used to get bullied. They used to be like, "Whatever, white boy." Who the fuck?
Hey,
Man, that's
Who you talking
crazy.
to?
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and play Tyler for a second. Wouldn't be mad if somebody referred to me as white.
Oh, that's so disrespectful.
Why would you?
Wouldn't be
Why,
mad.
That's so
what do you
disrespectful.
mean play? Oh, devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Tyler's advocate. Tyler is
It's
leader.
Because I'm
Tyler
about to
taking a
say,
second.
because I'm,
It's all right.
I'm a nigga. Like, don't you ever? If
Yeah,
I'm
call me
Now,
white boy.
that's-
We going to fisticuffs.
don't-
I've gone to fight. I've gotten in fights over that. I've gotten
that's
in
telling
full
me
on
that's
fist
you
fights.
saying I ain't got no rhythm. That's you saying I eat mac and
That's
cheese
you
with
just
the breadcrumbs on it.
disrespected. That's you
That's you
disrespecting
putting
my
Oh,
raisins
mother.
in the potato
shit.
salad.
That's you disrespecting my
That's
mother.
you saying I put raisins in the potato
Ugh.
salad. You raggedy hoe. Yeah.
That's you saying I can't shoot a basketball. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's
We go
man.
stereotypes.
That's
Throw
real.
that shit up here. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, fuck.
That's real.
I know Drake was mad about that, but I don't. So if that's why Rick Ross got involved, I guess that makes sense to me. But it's just the album. It's just funny to me. Him being involved in this beef is funny to me. The Weeknd being involved with this beef is even funnier because, nigga, what? There's videos of you talking about Drake has saved my life. He changed my life. Shut the fuck up. Like, all these dudes coming for Drake
My
is
thing
so
is
weird.
too, Weekend, you were like so not relevant with black people.
Yeah.
Before prior to this. Like
I'm
go
gonna
back
hop on
into your
I'm gonna
cave.
hop on the album with the people who got put me on before I switched up to diss Drake because that's the popular thing. Shut the fuck up. Go wear some fake face raps again, bro. Just shut up.
Even
Yeah, like,
I'm gonna be honest
up?
with you though. Even the Kendrick beef is a little crazy.
It came out of nowhere
Drake.
in my opinion.
Dog, poetic justice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like
even
Drake
before
done worked
Poetic
with all
Justice
these niggas,
on Take
man.
Care. On Take Care.
Yeah, take
Ooh.
care.
gave
Kendrick
Drake-
Lamar had a whole
a
interlude.
whole interlude. Drake, like, I know I'm not trying to, be on Drake's jock, but he did put a lot of these dudes on who are coming at him right now. Like, I'm not saying he put Future on, but him and Future's collaboration is one of the best things in both their careers.
Yeah.
So it's just,
And I wouldn't say one of the best things, but I will say it was perfect. It was like, the planets are colliding in a shooting star.
Yeah.
Like
Perfect
they were
storm.
on their way. It was literally a perfect storm.
It was the perfect stuff. But like, yeah, and I'm not understanding. Like, I could see if niggas wanted to work with Drake and Drake was like, nah, my nigga. You not there yet. And then I can see why a nigga would be mad and then, start something up.
But he actually
the
worked with
nigga
these
has
people.
legit gave everyone that he's worked with everyone and like got people number ones. I don't understand. It's some weird shit.
Yeah, it's so strange.
I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna head out. I think it's because Drake has gained this level of popularity in the eyes of people that, I mean, we had this conversation. Is Drake, hip hop? Is he a rapper? Is he not? And I think for what Kendrick believes rap is, or what Cole believes rap is, or whoever these other artists are, what they believe rap is, they don't see that for Drake. And I think Drake has been this uphill battle on like getting his like kudos, like, had, situation with Jay-Z, has a song with him, but I think he's looking for that belt. And I think he's been in this game so long. He's like, I still don't have it. I still don't have the respect. Y'all are not giving me anything. So I think it's a little bit of jealousy and animosity with these other guys, because it's like, you should be secure in your shit where me winning shouldn't phase you. Like, you're so established and you got your own shit going. Like, realistically speaking, like y'all said, Kendrick, you got your own flow and rhythm.
Yeah.
The fuck are you worried about what I got going over here?
Well, but Drake been telling us this for years.
And I love me some K-Dot.
Yeah, Drake been telling us this for years. He been telling us niggas about to team up. Niggas gonna come for me.
And this is why I like the AI diss track that Drake dropped. Because I don't like the AI part, him using Tupac and Snoop Dogg making fake
I don't like
verses.
the Snoop Dogg. Tupac,
I don't like
Tupac's
the
free.
Yeah, Tupac.
Yeah,
He been
Tupac
dead.
I got.
He been dead over 20 years. But Snoop is
Snoop
alive.
Dogg is wild.
That's
Snoop
a little disrespect. That's a little disrespectful to Snoop, because he's like, I'm sitting right here. I don't want to be involved with this.
First of all, it was Uncle Snoop in his fucking robe and bonnet.
Yeah, he always got that damn robe and bonnet on.
He's like, when the fuck did
I want to live that life. I want to live
that
that life, goddamn.
Hey, I bought a scarf for a bonnet, and him and his wife are on the covers of the bonnets and shit now.
Oh, wow. That's fire. Good for Snoop.
But I like how Drake, he only using bars after he did push-ups. He's only using bars for Kendrick.
I mean, that's it. That's
all
I
he
feel
needs
like
to
he
do.
did.
Because if you're thinking about it, literally, I think he's the only one worth it. If we're gonna be real.
No, seriously.
Like I said at the beginning of this conversation, it's like Kendrick drew blood and sharks in the water circling, seeing. It's like they seen Drake have a weakness because Kendrick hit him.
Yeah.
And now everyone's trying to chip at his armor, and he's showing that, like, nah, y'all niggas don't faze me. He said, the nigga said Rick Ross is performing at proms. It's bad. Like, that is so disrespectful.
Hey, that shit, I was fucking weak. I was fucking weak. But see, if Rick Ross was on his shit, I'd have been like, okay, because I can't book the bar mitzvahs. You got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta come.
It's funny. Jay, you said all the sharks in the water, but see, Drake is a fucking killer whale. That's where we get the game fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
He got the wrong weapons.
Yeah.
Killer whales be eating sharks.
I do like how Drake brought up how Kendrick got a song with Maroon 5 and Taylor Swift. And Drake's...
He got a song with Taylor Swift?
He sure do got a song with Taylor Swift. That's the only Taylor Swift song I ever listened to in my life. With Kendrick.
My thing is, Drake, you got a whole album for them motherfuckers. So let's not do too much. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But still,
not too much.
But still, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's pointing out the hypocrisy of saying he's not hip hop because they do the same shit to get the money, get the fans, you know? So, I don't know. I don't have a side in this rap beef. I'm just happy to see it.
I'm having a seat and enjoying my
popcorn. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. As long as they don't get violent, which I don't think Drake and Kendrick's beef will get violent.
Nah,
it's all the other dudes.
Mature enough.
All the I hate to say it, but all the bottom feeders are the ones who are gonna get violent.
I will say, since Cole, when Cole dropped 7 Minute Drive, I was like, oh, I'm on Cole's side. But once he left, I'm like, all right, I'm just watching.
Yeah, I'm just watching. I was gonna be on Cole's side no matter what.
Oh, real quick. Cole was very, after seeing all of the shit show. Cole was very smart to get out of.
You know what? Because he saw it early. He was like, I'm already feeling weird. This is going.
I don't want all this drama in my life. He's 35, 36 years old. He don't want that drama.
Got a kid. Got 2 kids, probably.
Yeah, he got a couple kids.
Yeah, I think he
married. Got a wife and kids. You know.
Yeah.
Rap beef isn't
really about
Cole.
me.
It's
No, it is when it's personal. The nigga didn't feel it.
He did. It was obvious in the song, He didn't feel it.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Nobody took a shot at J. Cole.
Attacked.
Nobody dislikes J. Cole in this conversation. They all dislike Drake.
Yeah,
now here's my thing. And then we can head out. There was a post on Shade Room that was like comparing Cole and Drake's style, like their swagger.
Yeah.
And it made me think their style is very different, right? Like polar opposites. But I would say Kendrick is definitely the swaggier one. Like I think he has a little more swagger or fashion, I think, forward looks. Drake is giving, bodega.
Drake.
My
You're
dad
very right.
owns
Drake is the
the
uncle
bodega,
who
He
the single uncle that he's a little bit too old to be going to the club, but he still be going. He be trying.
Too
He on trend.
fucking old. Talking about what you doing after this. Not you.
KC,
J.
Kendrick
Cole
was wearing
gives,
cowboy
like,
boots.
he
last year.
married.
Yeah. Kendrick was doing
My only thing is-
doing the cowboy stuff last year. Before Beyonce came out with the cowboy Carter. Kendrick had on the cowboy
he was
stuff.
on tour.
I'm sure he
Morale.
already knew. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The one thing, my only critique on Kendrick is when in his tour last year, when he had the thorn crown like Jesus and he was bleeding. Ain't no song in his catalog that needed that.
But tell me that shit wasn't hard though.
It was hard, but like why
it was hard.
It was hard, but
we didn't need the blood.
We didn't need the blood.
We didn't need the blood.
He didn't need the blood.
That
He
shit
didn't need the blood. He could have had the
that
crowd, but he
shit-
didn't need the blood.
Nah, and you know what? He really could have took us somewhere and be like, "This is the blood of Christ."
Yeah.
The fuck is you talking about? Open your third
Right.
eye. You know what I mean? Could have really took it to the hoop. I thought that shit was hard as fuck. I'm like, oh no, but you know what? Kanye thought he was doing something with the fucking chain. This nigga said, no, I walk with Jesus.
Kanye
that
said
shit was
Jesus
hard.
walks. Nigga, Kendrick said, I am Jesus.
Jesus jogs.
This nigga said, Yeezy, Jesus, I am God.
Oh, shout out to Kendrick, man.
Oh man, this is crazy times in hip hop. I love to see it.
There is a rumor though. Kendrick is dropping soon. There is a rumor.
It's
I'm
gonna be
here
a
for
rumor
it.
till I see it.
But
brother, here he go.
and I wonder if he's doing this as promotion. This is gonna be Kendrick.
This is good
independent
promo.
album.
It's good
though.
promo because I mean,
Yeah, this is first one outside of Top Dog. It's
he
first
got a movie
independent
coming
project.
out.
Get out of here.
Kendrick?
Yeah, he got a movie. He made a movie with the South Park guys. I forgot what the premise is, but the premise is a little stupid. But he's making a movie with the guys who make South Park.
No,
What's up?
fuck.
It's supposed to be like a satire. I forgot something about slavery or some shit. I don't know. It's a weird.
Oh,
It's a
I'm
weird.
already
It's a
over
weird. It's a weird like alternate reality type shit. It's weird. It's weird. But
All right, man.
Fun fact: I opened Instagram. Yeezy, I'm God. I run the world. Please go to
this
bed.
good Kanye need to just
He could really benefit from Zoloft. So
he
yeah.
that nigga needs to take him and his docile ass wife. They need to just go and be in Europe and shut up and just keep making music. It's this.
Yeah, and I'm good on seeing her ass cheeks.
My question is, what are these podcasts this nigga be going on and talk? I ain't never heard of these podcasts not one time. I don't. How the fuck how do we get a Kanye interview? I want a Kanye
I guess we
interview.
just gotta ask the nigga.
I guess so. This nigga be going on the most random ass podcasts ain't nobody ever heard of.
He says, if you got a mic and ears, I'm down.
Hey, can I get a Kanye interview? I gotta discuss our lineage. I gotta see if we're related or not. Shit.
And I respect the podcasts that like do their research. You could tell when a motherfucker's like, nah, I got my questions ready, and the motherfuckers is like, you just there for the vibe,
Right.
huh? Like you just
Craziness, man.
fuck it.
But yeah.
Okay.
Well, this has been another episode of No Clearance Podcast. I'm gonna take Tyler's role and say it. Stay black.
Stay blessed.
Peace.